Hey y'all, this is Scott with Paladin Tire Tactics, and today I wanted to make a quick video explaining a little bit about a course that we get a lot of questions on, and that is our Forge class. And this class is it's a scenario-based force-on-force class. It costs $55 and it lasts 6 hours. The way the course is broken down is we have 3 hours of instruction. We talk about the gunfight, we talk about the legal fight, and we talk about the spiritual fight. And those three things we know take place when you have a critical incident where you have to defend yourself with deadly force. A lot of people will talk about the gunfight. They'll teach you the how. There's a lot of good instructors out there that will do that. Some people will talk about the legal fight, but it's pretty rare to have someone from a law enforcement perspective or from a legal perspective give you the ins and outs of what to expect from things like interacting with the police, or should you talk to the police, or should you hire an attorney? What is courtroom procedure like? Will you be arrested? How long will they take my gun? How long will they keep my gun? Things like that. So a lot of people don't do a very good job of preparing their students for the legal fight. And then I know very few instructors or very few organizations out there that prepare their students for the spiritual fight. What will happen after they survive the gunfight and after or during the legal fight, with things such as PTS, post-traumatic stress, and PTSD. How does that develop? How do we combat that? What do we do about what your family says after you've survived the worst day of your life, or what the media says, or something else like that? So there's a very profound spiritual fight that takes place. That's what you can expect. The first 3 hours are the gunfight, the legal fight, the spiritual fight. And at the end of those 3 hours, we have testimony from one of our instructors who survived a home invasion, and he kind of gives his testimony as to how the gunfight, the legal fight, and the spiritual fight all came into play during his critical incident, during his worst day of his life. And that's powerful, guys. That is a powerful thing to have someone who's been there and done that and said, yeah, what you're learning and what you can learn from Paladin Tire Tactics actually works. And here's why. You don't want to miss that. That's a very powerful talk, basically, with someone who went through all three of those things. After that, we break for a little bit, and then we go into scenarios. Depending on the class size, we try to take 10 volunteers, and we put each of those volunteers through those 5 scenarios. The entire class gets to watch those students go through those scenarios and square off against role players who try to recreate things that you would encounter with criminal activity, such as like armed robbery, domestic violence. Or once each student goes through one of the scenarios, the whole class observes that, and we talk about it, and we learn lessons, and we draw from the first 3 hours of the class, and we talk about physiological effects of adrenaline during a critical incident. Things like auditory exclusion, selective memory, like how many, I always ask the students, how many rounds did you fire? And they're like, 2 or 3. Well, really, you fired 14. I'm like, oh man, did I? Well, those are all things that you can expect in a critical incident, and students experience those things. And there's a lot of lessons learned. I can promise you, regardless of your experience level, you will learn a lot from watching those scenarios or participating in those scenarios. During those scenarios, we use airsoft. That's the little plastic BBs that are powered by green gas or CO2, and that's what we use to induce the stress. So it stings a little bit. It's not the end of the world. We always tell people, if you're gonna volunteer, if you know you're gonna volunteer for the scenarios, make sure you wear long sleeves or something that covers your skin. Make sure you don't show up in shorts and a t-shirt. After they take that class, the comment that we receive the most is, I need more training. I need more training. I need to practice on my own. I need to get training. And that's exactly why we structure this class the way it is. Guys, right now, ammo, I don't have to tell you this, but ammo is expensive and it's hard to find in some cases. So this is a great class. It's only $55. It's a perfect class to take to sharpen your skills and to learn a lot for not that much of an investment. So we've got one course coming up. The Forge class is taking place on May 2nd in Brentwood, Tennessee, at Community Bible Church off of Edmondson Pike. And the church, I've been told as of today, is offering childcare for anyone who wants to take the class. So that's a pretty cool thing. That's unique. I've never had that before. So if you're interested, you can go to our Eventbrite page and you can sign up, and hopefully we'll see you guys out there. But you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a great class, and I look forward to seeing you guys out there. This is Scott with Paladin Tire Tactics. Stay safe and keep training.